So this is the last part I'm going to talk about with supply, and it is a change in the quantity supplied versus a change in supply. And this is similar to what we did with demand, and as as uh, as shown here with two graphs, this is what happens when we have an increase in supply. So this graph in the left here, this top left graph, this graph shows an increase in supply. So for example, let's say an advance in technology for making energy bars increases. So then the supply of the energy bar would shift the supply curve rightward. So what we did is uh, this happened. Technology got better. So what happens is technology got better and we can produce more with a lower cost. So essentially, with the same cost, we produce more. So the graph shift rightward. See, this blue line is the original graph. At this price, without the new technology, we only produce 10 million bars a week, but with the new technology, we're producing 20 million bars per week, and that's how the supply curve shift rightward. A change in the influences on producers' planned sales bring either a change in the quantity supplied or a change in supply. And a point on the supply curve shows a quantity supplied of a good at a given price, and movement along the supply curve shows a change in the quantity supply. A shift in the supply curve shows a change in supply. And this is really similar to what we did in the demand with the demand curve and how it changes. Now, this graph on the right shows the increase and decrease in supply, and you can see that these graphs that I stolen from Parkin and Bate, they say that if something changes other than if price changes, then the the we will have a movement along the supply curve. So this is if price changes, it will move. But if something other than price changes, some other factor like technology that changes, then the supply curve will shift to the right, or if there was bad weather, the supply curve would to shift to the left to indicate a decrease in the supply. And yeah, so I'll just write that down as a note. And these two graphs are also what I just talked about. Yeah, they're further indications of what I just said is true. That if if price changes but everything else stays the same, then we would have a move along the supply curve. But if some other factor other than price, and the key word is other than price, changes, then we would have a shift in the supply curve. And I will note that down for you in my notes so you can download later. But right now I will end this video short, and I'll see you in the next one.